Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and anybody who's out there on Facebook or YouTube, looking up new things or figuring out some new hobby or something like that. Tonight I'd just like to throw something out there for a discussion topic, just for curiosity. And as we age, we never know how many more days we got. In my particular case, I'm age 87, and I'm very lucky. My health is good, and I'm able to walk a lot and meet lots of people. And I think one of the things that I don't know whether anybody else noticed it or not was during the COVID situation, we found out that people were a little nervous, and I guess probably justifiably so, because they were a little afraid of catching the dreaded virus, and so they wanted to kind of keep to themselves. That's what they wanted us to do in the news media, scare the hell out of everybody and make them keep to themselves. But I noticed the aftermath of that is now that quite often when you're meeting people on the street and you don't know them, but you meet them on the street, and sometimes people are very friendly. They'll stop and talk, and you strike up a conversation, and all of a sudden you find where they're from, and you talk about habits and find out a lot of things about what they do for what kind of a job they had and stuff like that. And it's a really nice thing to do. And I think as society, we have to create that ourselves. It's easy to go and say, well, the people in this town are very friendly, but I think we have to be friendly to other people so that they be friendly to us. But there are some people, we have to realize also that there are some people that are scared because they're living in a city, and they don't know who's living next door to them, whether it's the Boston Strangler or what it is, so people kind of keep to themselves. But I think we can break that. It's a kind of a scenario thing that goes on. It's an aftermath of this COVID situation where people are afraid to talk to people for fear the virus might jump out 20 feet and catch them. And then they'll make everybody else sick, and pretty soon the whole neighborhood's dead and they're all by themselves. But I think we have to break that scenario. Yes, if somebody's coughing and they have a runny nose and they're coughing, we have to keep our distance. But the business about 2 or 3 feet away from people or 4 feet and talking should be okay if there's no apparent sign of sneezing or coughing like that, where germs can be flying through the air. And I think we have to, in order to make our town a better place for people, attending church is a good thing to do, and I was doing that. I may have to start that back up again, but I'm doing lots of walking and meeting people. Today I talked to at least 10 new friends who I've never met before. Some of them are from Germany, and some of them were from Vancouver. Some of them are from Toronto. And some of them are just freshly retired, and some of them are just taking time off and feeling out what it's like to be retired before they retire. So I really like to talk to these people because we've been retired since 1996. That's a long time. And then we've had the COVID scare since that. But I think rather than sitting at home and watching television, it's so much better to get out and walk and get the fresh air and meet as many people as we can. And what seems to work for me might not work for you. I don't know. I carry some yellow cards, and it's an introductory card. It's got a couple of web links on there where we've got some historical sites that we can share with people. Some of it is to do with music at the Capitol Theater, and some of it's to do with working with the Transportation and Highways Ministry. And there's around 5,000 to 6,000 photographs of old sheds and ferries and roads and bridges and very interesting stuff. And a lot of times people who live in the area will see somebody that they know. And the card is a really introductory thing because it has your name and phone number on it. And I encourage people to have a look at the websites, and if there's any questions, call back and ask them if they know how to do the uploading and stuff like that, because a lot of people, it may be something new to them, or they've got a cell phone or they've got a computer and they haven't been involved in doing YouTube, Facebook, YouTube, and any uploading. And I'm trying to encourage people to record the history of their family. So if your mom and dad are still alive, my plan with people is to sit them down, if they'll sit down for a moment, and encourage them to take their mom and dad and have them sit in a well-lit area. It could be in the front room or whether it's outdoors where it's quiet, and hold the video camera up and talk to the mother and dad and ask questions like, Mom and Dad, where were you born? What's your hometown? Where did you guys meet? And what did you do to fill in time when the family was young? And get them to talk about their life a little bit. And the idea behind that is that it records a lot of reaction from the mom and dad. And if you can get a story or two and get a good laugh out of them, that information is going to be stored in your cell phone. It'll be in your image file. And that allows you then to go on your computer, if you like, burn it onto a CD or burn it onto a DVD, or you can upload directly from the phone. If you're in an area where there's a hotspot signal, you can directly upload right from the telephone, right onto Facebook, on YouTube, and preserve that history. Now, if you're lucky and you do the filming properly, you catch it the first time. The main thing is to set up so you're not shining the camera into a sun. Have the light coming over your left-hand shoulder if you can, so you got the light in the face of the people that are talking. And if you're careful when you do the filming, you can probably get a one-time shot on it. So you'll have a one-time shot of 5 minutes or 10 minutes or video, and it makes a nice, interesting keepsake to share with your family. Think about the benefits. Let's say you get a 4 or 5 half-hour or 20-minute films, and you put them on DVD or CD or DVD or a zip drive, and you can preserve them. You can either preserve them on YouTube or Facebook, but if you put them on a zip drive when you do the recording, then when you have family over sometime, you can plug the zip drive into your big screen TV or the CD or the DVD and play it. And even though your parents may be at the point where they're missing, they're gone, maybe they've passed on, but you can still relive the lifetime. So I'm encouraging young people. I talked to some teenagers today and asked them if their mom and dad were still alive, and they said, "Oh yeah, they're still," but they're trying to get us going and goes to school and stuff, and saying, "Well, now is the time for you, because you have a cell phone with a video record feature in it, to capture all those beautiful moments of your mom and dad." In a lot of the cases, no, they haven't thought about that, because in most cases the kids are living at home and the mom and dad are still sending them to school and paying all the bills. So they want to get the kids educated and get them out on their own. So the children haven't got to the point where somebody maybe in their family has died yet, and you need a death in your family to really turn the light on. You say, "Oh my God, I wish I had more information from my mom and dad or my uncle or my grandma." And now with the TV facility we've got now, with the CD and the video recording facility we have in the cell phones, and even in your computer, you've got a camera right inside your computer. We can record it off your computer screen. So with a bit of practice and some patience, you'll be able to record some beautiful stuff that you can use later on. Just think about how nice it'll be when the day comes where your parents are both gone. We hate to think about that, but it's going to happen. And just think about the fact that you can go and pick up a couple of discs off the shelf, and you can go back and then relive a little video you did 5 years or 10 years or more ago with them laughing and talking. It's just going to renew your love of that you had for them. And the memories will be nice and warm, have that warm, friendly feeling. So I'm trying to instill those ideas into young people, and also older people. There's a lot of older people, whether they're still in their 40s and 50s, and their mom and dad are still alive. But there's always a reluctance of the older person to sit in front of the camera. I think our selling feature on that is to tell them that, look, we love you and we want to have some memories of you. Even though you're gone, we want to be able to bring the video back out, have you talk and laugh and hear the sound of the pleasant sound of your voice. Reinforces the love we have for you over the years. So I would encourage anybody out there listening to think about that and think about recording, let's say half an hour, 20 minutes to half an hour of time of your parents. And also of your young children. And remembering that the CD video player or recorder in your phone now is a powerful machine. And you can pick that up and talk to your family members ahead of time and tell them what you want to do. And you can also set the video phone or the cell phone up on a little bit of a camera stand if you have one, or you can simply hold it like I'm doing here now. And but you have to point it at the person that you're going to talk to. So if you set your mom and dad side by side, you have to turn the camera from side to side so you can record whichever one is talking. So I encourage you to get involved in saving history. And we're going to bring this up one more time. There's a download program. It's free off Google. There's two of them. The first one, in case you have to grab a pencil or pen, is a program called Blurb. B-L-U-R-B. So to get that one in your computer, you go on the internet on Google and you type in the search engine, download Blurb. Download B-L-U-R-B. And that's a book writing program, a free one. And it downloads it in your computer, and then there'll be a bit of an icon that comes up on the screen on the dash of your computer. And when you want to use it, you simply click on the icon and up comes a blank screen. Now on the screen, you can type on the screen, or you can import a picture off your phone or a picture off some album that you've got and put it on there. First off, if it's a story of your mom and dad, you could say the Smith family history or the Clark family history. My mom and dad, the Clark family history. And then when you turn the page over, page 2, you can bring a picture in from your cell phone, or you can bring it in from a CD or you have, or one of the pictures that's on the shelf in one of the big old albums. But it has to be digitized. So you can either scan it ahead of time, or you can take a picture of it with your cell phone and have it in your cell phone. But that you can fill up a whole bunch of pages with pictures, and you can also put one picture on one page and increase the size of the picture to a full page. Or you can put 4 pictures on one page or 2 pictures, and you can put big printing or small printing. So what you do is you go through that, and let's say you get 50 pages. Maybe a picture of mom and dad and some family members and a bunch of words. And you get to the point where you're finished with it. Looks good. So then what you do then is you save it in your image file, and then you send it off to the Blurb company and tell them whether you want a hardcover or softcover book. And they will print the book for you. They will let you send an email back and say, we've looked at it. That book, we'll print it for you, and we'll put it on hardcover, and we'll mail it to you for $12 or $20 or whatever it is. It's a beautiful way to preserve history. Now, that's one history program. Now, the other one that's out there that's free as well, and you can get it off Google, type in Google, download Windows Movie Maker. Download Windows Movie Maker. And that'll wind up as an icon on your screen. And when you want to use it, you just click on it, and up comes a blank on your screen. Now, it's going to prompt you to put a name on, because you're going to make a video, but you're going to make a video from still pictures. You can use black and white or color pictures and or video clips. So first off, you're going to prompt you on the screen. This is going to be the video that you make from still pictures or clips. So it might be my trip to Mexico, or my mom and dad's life story, or our trip to Toronto, or our trip to Alaska. And then when you go on the second page, there's a bunch of holes there. So you fill all these holes up with photographs. They can be color photographs, or they can be black and white photographs, or they can be video clips that you have on your file, in your image file. And you fill up all these holes. And in between the pictures, you can type a little bit of a message in there as well. There's a feature for that. So to really have a look at it, you just click on the number 1 and click the mouse, and all the pictures play through like a slideshow. They start from one side and they click all the way through. Now, if you got 50 pictures, they'll all play. The nice feature I like about this program is that there's a sound recorder, so you can click on each one of those pictures, and you can talk. You can just talk into the microphone, and you can put a bunch of audio on there, something what you want to say about the picture, and you can have your sister or your brother or one of your children talk on a picture, or all the pictures, or any way you choose to do it. You just dream it up and do it. Now, when you're all finished, you might want to say, well, it sure would be nice if we had some music behind that. So you go to your CD collection and you pick a CD out, whether it be a gospel CD or whether it's a CD of some music or some singing, and you import that. There's a feature to do that. You put the CD or whatever you're taking it off into the computer, and you import it into the file that you're making. And then you adjust the volume of the sound. So you play it, you import it, it shows up, there's an icon there, you can click on it and it'll play. Then you have to adjust the volume so it's not too loud. And you make sure that you have enough music to go around, because you can add another CD if you have to, or another song. You can take a song off one album, a song off another album, and use a variety of songs. You can have a Johnny Cash one on one, Merle Haggard song on another one, and so on. Now, when you're all finished and you're happy with it, it's going to prompt you to save it. It'll be saved in your image file. And once it's saved, then you can turn around, you can burn it on a CD or a DVD in your computer. There's a facility there to do it. Or you can upload it on YouTube or Facebook directly. The only thing is you have to have your computer near a hotspot. Now, if you're doing it from home, you'll have your router. So we encourage you to get involved with the technology there and use it to its fullest. Now, the other thing that's really good about the cell phone is exactly what I'm doing here now. If you're a hunter or a fisherman or just a storyteller, you can pick the phone up and sit down in a quiet area, and you can tell anything. You can tell a story, you can tell a funny joke, you can tell your life story, or you can have your mom and dad talk about their life story, and you can have the video presentation where the person is there and talking, and the voice gets recorded while you're doing the promotion. Now, you can do that. It winds up in your image file. Now, if you do it one time and then you found too many mistakes, if you got, errors in grammar or spelling errors or something like that, you can just delete it and do it again. And once it's in your image file, then you can load that on YouTube if you want, or Facebook, or you can burn it on a CD or a DVD. So I'm encouraging you, any listeners out there, to take advantage of the technology, because we've never had it so good. It's a lovely way to preserve history, whether it be family history, whether it be work history, or history of something that you've attended. Could be a speaker at a church gathering, or a good musician that you know. So have yourself a great evening and enjoy your cell phone with your video camera, and we'll talk to you later. Have a great day.